Here's my awesome friends I love to mention, Martin Midlife Adventures. Oh my gosh, they're an awesome, awesome channel. And they give you so much inspiration for prepping that pantry. Look at what they've done, and you need to go over and check them out if you're not already following them. If you're interested in prepping the pantry, dealing with inflation, buying food, and storing food, cooking, this is the channel for you. Now, let's see what Grandma did this week on her prepping her pantry. How are my buddies doing today? It's prepping the pantry day. Yep, prepping that pantry. Now, we don't buy a lot of food because there's two of us. I have managed in the last year to get my freezer, usually has plenty of food, and frozen meat. Don't want to put too much because we get power outages here also. And on top of that, our cable has been out for 2 days. Yep, 2 days. That means no videos are going to be able to go up until it gets back working. So we'll see what happens. Luckily, I put one up yesterday morning. So, this is what we bought yesterday. Like I said, we don't buy a lot. And when you have a full pantry, you just buy what you need, or you just try to keep stocked up also. I try to keep stocked up on paper goods. We had a terrible time a couple of years ago because there were such terrible shortages. I made sure last year that we got ahead. That's another reason why I don't buy a lot, because I'm really quite a bit ahead. You don't want to have food that's been sitting around too long, and I have plenty of canned goods. And I do try to grow some fresh stuff out in the garden also. And believe it or not, we actually do have things we can eat, because I go out there and pick something every day to eat also. But anyway, back to what I like to keep stocked up on, toilet paper and paper towels. So I don't really buy it because I need it. I buy it to make sure that once I get to the 6-month mark on head, I pick up another one. So we have plenty to do. So that's what I do. And we do have quite a bit of Campbell's soup, but also the Campbell's soup actually disappeared also for about 6 or 8 months. I think it was the year before last or last year. I can't remember now, because now I don't have that problem. They only had tomato soup and chicken noodle. That was it. So now I always keep extra stuff ahead. I use beef consomme and golden mushroom probably at least every month. So I have enough for 6 months. My husband likes minestrone soup, so I have enough, quite a bit of that at all times too. And I don't know, they said we were going to have trouble with tomato products, but I, of course, never saw it happen. And that's another thing. You never know what we're going to get short on. And I was getting a little low on tomato paste. I do have some tomato sauce, but I went ahead and bought 2 of each. And we probably won't even use that much. Maybe we'll use it in a month, because I keep telling you there's only 2 of us. And my husband loves their cream and potato soup, so I bought 4 cans of that this week and 3 cans of minestrone, I think it was. Maybe it was just 2 cans. But anyway, everything is going up, as you all know. Soup has went up quite a bit, but we try to stay on top of it, and we try not to worry about it. I do have some matches, but we don't know what's going to happen, so I think it's important to have a little bit of matches. I know most of you all have those little click things and it's supposed to light right up. I have arthritis really bad in my hands, and it's just too hard for me to operate those. I'd rather just use regular matches, and I have one almost full, and then I just bought another one because about a month ago or 2 they were out of these. So I figured, let me get one more. They had matches right now, because you never know what you're going to find short when you go to the store. I don't like to get too far ahead on oil because, it can go bad. And there's just 2 of us, and we don't eat a lot of fried food. So I have one that's partially full, and then I have this one. That will be enough to get us through the summer. And that's probably all I'll buy. I thought I would try this new one product out. It's low on sugar, and it's pomegranate and in it, and I just thought I'd see if I like it or not. If I don't like it with the cranberry and pomegranate, then I won't buy it again. So it's just always trying a new product. This is low in sugar also. Well, not that low, I guess. The one I usually get's even lower. But this was for my husband. He likes these ice creams. And then, of course, I got Spumoni. They were out of that for about 6 months, so we try to buy something we like. I haven't bought any A1 sauce probably in 6 months, so went ahead and bought one just in case we get a chance for a steak or something. And, of course, I got some bread here, and my Wonder Bread, and I got some, some bagels, and I got some cream cheese, or I could have for my bagels, and that'll last me at least a whole week. I will probably freeze part of that because there's no way I'm going to eat it by myself. This is my other soup, and my husband drinks this Kool-Aid, and I bought 2 of those, so that was a stock up too. So, as you can see, a lot of these items, and I don't want you to be worried we're not eating. I know when I look at what I buy, it doesn't look like I have much food here. But I think because there's just 2 of us, it's what happens. My husband likes canned fruits. I got the extra cherry ones, and believe it or not, it was almost $1 cheaper for the Stater Brothers brand, and that wasn't on sale. That was it's just almost, I think, 80 cents cheaper than the Del Monte. So needless to say, we bought the extra cherries. Now, the olives I bought to make bake some enchiladas, and what I'll do with the enchiladas, I'll make them up next week. And because I already have the cheese already here, I just bought the olives, and I already have hamburger meat in the freezer. So really all I need, probably will buy some chicken and tortillas, and then I will make up some chicken enchiladas and some beef enchiladas. And why I do that, because then I'm only cooking a couple times a week, and then I will freeze part of it. And that way there's always stuff in the freezer to eat. And there's plenty of food in the freezer packaged up already. We do a lot of that. So that's another reason I don't cook every day, and we eat something for a couple days. And that's another reason why but keep in mind, guys, there's 2 of us. We're not feeding a family over here. We're not eating big amounts. I mean, a lot of times I'll just have a peanut butter sandwich. That's what I have for lunch. And we have plenty of peanut butter because I make sure we don't run out of that. And like I bought these bagels, and that will last maybe a couple weeks because my husband doesn't eat bagels. So that's what I mean. When you're just 2 of you, you'd be amazed at how little you spend compared to feeding a family. I do not know how families are doing it. And that bread, I'll be cutting it up and using it for probably at least a month. So that's why it seems like, oh, you don't buy any food at all. And I said, yeah, I do. It just doesn't look like it. Because we eat smaller amounts of food because we're older. And when I cook something, it's usually for a couple days. It isn't for one meal. So I'm going to start going and doing some cooking videos here in the future to show you how I prepare my food and how I make it stretch. But I'm saying this is because there's only 2. Now, if you're feeding a family, you may not be able to do this. But anyway, just letting you know how Grandma does it. Prepping her pantry. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Keep in mind, we'll have some cooking ones coming up.